I just want to quickly start by saying this video is about all parts of Elden Ring's invasions. If you don't enjoy PvP, I wouldn't recommend watching. So let's start with invasions. Invading in Elden Ring is brilliant. In my opinion, FromSoft went in the correct direction with how they've designed the invasion encounters you can have. But, and this is a big but, it will completely depend on what kind of invading experience you want to have as a player. Since the game is designed to put you, the invader, into specific brackets that you can somewhat manipulate. What I mean by this is you can pick and choose how innately difficult you want the invasions to be, from one or two shotting everyone in the highest bracket to tickling people down and having 5 to 20 minute fights with players. I personally enjoy the latter in all of my invasion videos. I'm in some of the lowest brackets because I want to improve as much as possible as a player. It's just how passionate I am with this game's PvP, and it kind of shows in the aggression and knowledge I show you in most of the videos, so take that as you will. Now, some of the pros and cons with invading. Let's go over the cons first, just to weed out all of the BS that does come with PvP in this game. You will experience it because people love metas in most of the games. First off, the issue with overleveled phantoms helping hosts. Nothing specifically wrong with the players that help their new friends, it's more so on FromSoft for not balancing them very well. When you invade someone, there is a 95% chance, the other 5% will go over later, but there's a pretty good chance they'll have a friend with them, and if they're overleveled, you will probably have a very difficult time. Phantoms that are overleveled get an extreme boost to basically everything. For example, most people don't know that every single level you put into your character, in Elden Ring you gain defense no matter what stat it is, so phantoms can become ludicrously tanky, as well as the arcane scaling and damage scaling, not 100% going down to what they should be, since I believe the weapons only get scaled down to the upgrades the host has, but not the stats that the phantom has. This is how sometimes you will run into people that can instantly bloodloss you with one hit from things like rivers or dual anything, because their arcane scaling isn't getting decreased. This also coincidentally increases their weapons damage scaling, which isn't very high on low upgrade weapons, but it still is a factor. Next up, the other 5% of players you can run into in invasions. Generally speaking, these are the hosts that use Tortoise tongues while solo to attempt to replicate the old Souls games. Generally speaking, these are somewhat dirty duelists that usually just waiting to duel unlucky invaders. What's annoying about this is they'll generally act like they want to duel, but the instant one side is winning, they throw all honor at the wall, the way invasions should be, you know, if you actually invaded properly. So it just turns into a slog of an invasion that wastes both the invaders and the host time. If you want to duel, like actually use the red summon signs please, don't Tortoise tongue people into duel. Or if you actually want to replicate the older games, progress through the level how you normally would instead of standing at a clearing waiting around like a muppet. Next up, the weapon meta. As of right now, the game has been out for roughly 3 months. There's only been one set meta that most people have used, and it's still around now, and that is of course bleed weapons, rivers of blood, and bloodhound step. All of which are still kind of cringe to see, but FromSoft did nerf the bleed stagger stunlock, which made them way more bearable. Bloodhounds still need some serious revamping. My suggestion would be to triple the FP cost, or make it cost HP. Same kind of situation with rivers, but it's not nearly as bad since rivers is becoming more bearable with time, because it's fucking everywhere. Next up, the state of invasions for new people. I feel as though this is the hardest game to get into PvP with, but I may be wrong. I've PvP'd in all of them throughout the years, so it's not been too bad. Throwing a new player trying invasions into a double or triple gank every single invasion isn't exactly ideal unless you're some kind of a masochist or enjoy the chaos of multiple threats, as well as the lack of information being out on invading systems, which I personally don't think the collective community has figured out in its entirety yet. We'll see in the next few months or so. Now, I've got to bring up the netcode issues in Elden Ring. This somewhat goes for co-op as well, but Elden Ring is extremely unstable pretty much at all times. If there's a bad connection to the host, it's miserable, with 2 to 6 second delays on swings, dodges, pretty much everything you're doing, to the issue of the game itself crashing upon joining someone else's game, both for invaders and phantoms. I'm not exactly sure how they could potentially fix this, but I'm bringing it up to try help people not be put off by it happening. So don't worry about it. Alright, now to the pros of Elden Ring's PvP. It's extremely fun and rewarding to get better at. From landing parries on weapon art spam, to backstepping people's dash attack, gank spanking 3 to 6 people on your own, there's nothing much better. FromSoft has blessed us with almost complete customization of our builds, from the amazing weapon ash choices, which we can infuse with almost everything. To the immense diversity of spells and incantations, you will probably never stop seeing new things, at least for the rest of the year, as well as the crazy interactions you could randomly encounter, like my video with meeting the 2 Godskin duo players, or Ouroboros finding a pair of players memeing around with doot horns. These interactions are very rare but worth playing for. Just don't be too ignorant to not see people doing these things. More times than not, they'll let you join in, so don't be a cunt. Well, I have a feeling this video got fairly ranty, so I'm going to end it there. At the end of the day, it is a game and it's supposed to be fun. Good luck with your invasions, and I hope to see you in the next one. Also, enjoy the best moments that I've been playing in the background.
Against all the evil that hell can conjure, all the wickedness that mankind can produce, we will send unto them only you. Rip and tear until it is done.
It is my right to take what is required from that which we created. Earth will be consumed. I will give you what you desire. I will answer the humans' prayers. Reward those that believe.